Dreadful Shot, and today we're going to talk about how important is it to have multiple characters. As you see, I do have 3 characters, and I was able to get this character to about 985, 986, without ever really hitting the pinnacle. Actually, I had 1 pinnacle. I did the Pit of Heresy yesterday that brought me up to 986 from 984. So, is it important to have multiple characters while you're grinding up your light level? No. No, it's not. Is it important when you're trying to get there fast? Absolutely. If you're wondering how people got to 1000, 1010, this is how they did it. So, when you go through every single week, you get your new bounties to go after, new powerful rewards. Like IO is going to give you a powerful tier 1 for the flashpoint this week, and that's the longest of the ones to do to get your light level. It also is one of the least beneficial. So you could do the 1 character, do your strikes, do your nightfall, not necessarily the master one to get the 100k. Well, actually you can do it on legend and get 100k. Do your gambits and your crucibles. Those will all give you powerful rewards that get you up there. If you were already at 960, probably get you to about 970, and then your artifact should get you a little bit more. But ultimately, you're kind of stuck just grinding public events and nightfalls, trying to get things to drop. And if you're a solo player or you don't play with a group consistently, this is going to really hinder you, because basically you should just be doing Master Nightfall, Master Nightfall, Master Nightfall just as often as you possibly can, because that's going to drop you some really great gear. But once you've gone through on the single character and done all of this, it's time to swap to a different character to maximize that benefit. So this character is starting out at 972, and all I did was move this gear over. It's already starting at the 980s and 981, where my regular gear is just starting to come out. Like, I just got this roll. 970 was pretty big. This helmet dropped for me. And I really haven't done anything. I spent maybe 30 minutes doing a single strike. That's it. And that's how you're going to get that better gear. I mean, this was a huge jump.
3 characters for the region title using 3 characters.
Absolutely. So what was that? Let me actually pull that up so I can read that out. Dredging character. That's why I use 3 characters for the dredging title using 3 characters. Absolutely. That's the way that you're going to get your light level up fast. That's how you're going to grind out a lot of these titles and pieces. And right now it's kind of a free game, or a free run at getting up to that 1000. So really take advantage of using each one of these pieces. The way to maximize that out as far as getting your light level quickly, as I've sunk very minimal time in to get to about 986, is do your strikes. These are crazy fast. Do 3 of these. Do 2 of the adept, I think it is. No, not adept. Do hero. It's not that hard. Do 2 heroes. You'll get through really, really quick. And then you're going to pop over to Crucible, make sure that you do the regular rotation and then the random rotator maps. These are also 2 really quick ways to grab some tier gear. And on top of that, make sure you're grabbing your bounties for each one of these, because it's going to increase your artifact rank, which gives you that +1 every time you level it up. So that's my biggest pieces of advice. A little bit later today, we'll be going through doing all these pieces. Oh, I forgot. Make sure you go ahead and grab your gambit stuff. D2 still needs to fix their game. Not sure what you mean by that. I've heard that some people were having errors. I haven't had any, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So, Michael, what's going on with the game that you're referring to? I'll just go ahead and hop into the strike and get going. I'll do 1 more strike before I call it. Grenadier and Arc Singe. Looks like he hopped off there. So, yeah, I guess someone must be having some issues with the game in general. But ultimately, just keep your focus on the few things. If you have multiple characters, just hit the strikes, the gambit, the crucible, and maybe do a pit of heresy if you feel like you're strong enough or feeling comfortable. It really will make you feel like a god amongst men if you've never done these and you have a natural adeptness to raid-like mechanics. It's a dungeon. It only requires 3, so it's not raid. It's not quite as in-depth, but it does introduce you to what it is to take raids. And if you cruise through Pit of Heresy and you feel like, man, I got all those mechanics real fast, dive into the raid. Go do Garden of Salvation. It's a lot of raid mechanics, but each one introduces you to the next phase. So you'll do the first encounter. It kind of builds you up and you go, okay, so that's what I got to do now. I understand. You'll go into the second encounter, uses a lot of the same mechanics from the first one, and so on and so on, until you get to the end and it introduces all those mechanics that you've been so familiar with. Usually your first run takes about 2-3 hours. So we'll go ahead and knock out a strike real fast and get that piece of gear we need. Hopefully we get lucky on legendaries. Nope, I think I killed a guy. I'll hop off here. Oh no, he'll probably revive before I get a chance to get past the load screen. One guy made it in so far. Way to just show death.
Red Legion? What would the Cabal do here?
I am monitoring Vex transmission. It appears that the Vex are repelling a Cabal incursion at your present location.
Did not see those missiles coming in. The Mando Dead. I like that name. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
done. I'm making the elimination of cargo your priority on this operation.
Load screen. My favorite. So much.
Excellent work, Captain. You are at 50% completion of this task.
Ball deposited. I got 20 seconds left. Watch them. Ooh, don't chill too much, King. Back up in 2. Try and clear the way for him. Alright, you're clear.
Here they come again.
There's Kargan. Get me over to that Vex plate, and I'll try a counter hack. injected some bad variables into his decryption process. That should slow him down.
Center plate done. Right plate done. Back to center plate. And nice, easy work.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Alright, and every piece of armor should be a definite increase to your light level.
Data artifact here, labeled Oxa,
969,
and it's seriously corrupted.
973.
Metadata says it was last accessed by an Otzot centuries ago. What is
966
Otzot?
to
And
972.
who is Otzot?
Those are questions for another day, I suppose. But for now,
970 to 971. Look at that. We spent 10 minutes doing a strike, increased our light level 4. Great job. So, if you like what you saw, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed what you liked, please hit subscribe. Don't forget to flick the bell so you know what's going on every single time. Appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one.